That was not supposed to happen. In 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 33. The show about Android apps, Android phones, Android news, and just Android in general. We all have Android phones here on the show. It's me and 3 co-hosts. And main thing we do is bring some apps, go over them, we debate about them, talk about them, fight about them. Then we hit up some Android news. You guys send us emails and voicemails. We read them and play them on the show. And it's just that simple. Let me introduce the co-hosts right now. Door-to-Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin. I hear an echo. Oops. Hope it's not on my end. Door-to-Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin from doortodoorgeek.com. What's up, Door?
Hey, man. Just sick as a dog.
Oh, man.
And I was got to say, the show's all about having fun. You know.
I didn't say that, did I?
Well, you know.
I usually do. What's wrong with me?
Maybe you're coming. Well, didn't you have a tornado today? Down by you?
We had a tornado ripping through my town today. It was pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not. Of course, I don't like damage and destruction and stuff, but I kind of get into these storms just because they're kind of fascinating and kind of scary at the same time. And of course, bad things happen at these storms. I understand that, but as long as nothing horrible happens, I like seeing, the power of nature. And like outside, I have this little I don't know what they're called. Where in developments, those little lakes, those man-made lakes they build for where all the drainage goes. I have one of them in my backyard, and that thing was just filling up by the foot. Crazy rain, crazy wind, and a dude walking down the street throughout the whole thing. I'm like, you're crazy. I was expecting him to do like a Dorothy and go up in like a spin and fly up into the air, but
welcome to the South.
Yeah, seriously. I'm just happy I have my Fios connection back because I lost it.
Oh, well, I'm happy you're okay, and hopefully your family, friends, and Lalo is okay.
We're all good. Thank you for your concern. Let's talk to Timster now. Tim Kelly from timscomputerfix.com. Yo.
Hey, everyone. I had a scare today. I had a Comcast guy knock on my door and say, hey, I need to climb your pole in the back and dink with your internet connection. Like, what?
Do you have Comcast? Do you have Comcast?
Yes, I do. So, luckily I don't have any issues with my speeds. I'm really happy with them, but it made me nervous when this guy told me he needed to climb up the pole and dink with the internet connections, I guess the main Comcast line, whatever. I was like, dude. So real quick, the second I saw him coming down, my cable went out and then my internet dropped and he was dinking around, I guess, testing everything. And the second I saw him coming down, I just ran and just did a speed test because I was going to raise holy hell. If anything was even the slightest bit lower. But everything was good. So, I let him off the hook. I was nice to the guy.
Well, what did he want?
I guess they're doing like a routine test or check around all the main, boxes around the area. But, the pole happens to be in my backyard, for my area, around my neighborhood.
It's so funny. You're just like sitting at your computer speed testing the whole time he's out there. I love it. I would do the same thing. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad your internet connection's okay. Jeez,
Me too.
That is scary. Just having a Comcast guy at your door is scary.
Yes.
All right, let's introduce now Jose Quesada from computerdoctor.com. That's computer with a Q as the first letter. What's up, Jose?
Yeah. Hey, guys. What's up? Glad to be here again with you guys.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Yeah, I'm a little bit with Dora. I'm feeling a little sick and everything, but hey, at least I can talk. So.
Yeah. Happy, Door's always coming down with something. Kid germs, one thing or another, right? It's I think you've run the whole gamut, haven't you, Door, of all the illnesses available to man?
Just about. I haven't had malaria yet, but
okay.
As soon as that hits my kid's school system, I'll have it.
All right, thanks. All right. Well, let's go through our apps, and then I have a bit of strange news I don't know how you guys are actually going to take. We will go over that after the apps, and that is a teaser. I hate doing teasers, but
Steve.
I'm telling you, it's just something you're going to want to hear. So let's do our apps first, and then we will get into that news. What do you say, Dor? Want to start us off this week?
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to do my little screen sharing thing on this puppy over here.
Okay, we're ready for it.
Okay, first app I had was actually an app I mentioned on Podnutz Daily, and I mentioned this one a while ago, And I never heard anything back from people, positive or negative, good, bad, whatever, about it. But I got to tell you, this app keeps me sane. It's called Lucy Phone. This app is gold, and it means even more to me now because it's on a cell phone. This is iPhone and Android, I'll say. This application makes you never have to wait on hold again. You simply type in a number or search through their list of businesses, like Comcast, who I had to do the other day.
Right.
And what happens is you can type it in. Type it in, click it. Gives you different alternate than numbers even sometimes. When you dial it, it will actually call my phone. My phone will ring. It will say, "Hi, this is Lucy. Press 1 to get started." I press 1, and it says, "Now don't forget, you can hit star at any time to disconnect from your end."
Okay.
So I go that. I hit 1. I go to Comcast. I hit my menu choice. Then as soon as it says, "We are experiencing higher than normal call volumes. Please wait on the line." Then I hit star. My phone hangs up instantaneously. Okay. Then when it hangs up, on my screen, I see a counter going. So I just put my phone down. 30 minutes later, my phone rings. I pick up the phone and I say, "Hello, Comcast." They say, what was that? I say, "I had you on hold. Now this makes for happy customers." I said, "I'm really happy to talk to you guys today." And the guy was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes."
Did he really say that?
He talked to me slow for more than a couple of seconds. Like he was scared I was going to start shooting people or something. But I was like, "Yeah, no, this makes me happy now because I don't have to sit there with this phone shoved up against my ear, chewing away all of my minutes waiting for you to pick up the phone."
So when they pick up from hold, basically, Lucy Phone rings them up. How does it work?
Well, no. Lucy stays on the line with them, and the whole time we're there piping music back through to her.
Yes.
She's saying the whole time, "Hello, this is Lucy Phone. If you want to talk to the customer, please press 1. Hello, this is Lucy Phone. If you want to talk to the customer, please press 1.
Wow, serious? Wait a minute. So how many times, seriously, do you think that they're going to actually press 1?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
If you dial them and they hang up, and you dial them and they hang up, and if you do it a third time, Lucy will offer to tweet for you. Comcast has no idea how to use Lucy Phone. They need to learn how to use it. Lucy Phone makes for happy customers. Something like that is what it said.
Okay.
So it automatically tweeted because they did yesterday 3 times in a row hang up on me.
And Lucy Phone reported them, in a matter of speaking.
And I'm not saying coincidentally, the very next time I called, they used the system right.
That's interesting.
And
they do monitor Twitter pretty close, don't they, with those Comcast Cares people?
Many companies do. I'll say that. And I'll say the founder of this product was on Net at Night, which used to be called Net at Night. Now it's changed names, like 8 months ago. And he said most of the companies that he's went and contacted are very, very, very supportive of this because it means for happy customers. Nobody wants to sit there with the phone shoved up against their ear for a half an hour.
It's true.
So,
Dor, you've been truly scarred, my friend.
yes, I have.
By what? Being on hold?
Yeah. I mean, by all these freaking customer service agencies, you've been put on hold.
I've been
time
jaded.
and time again.
I don't call myself scarred, but definitely jaded.
Yeah, I can't take them. I can't stand them.
No.
And the one reason I can't stand them is because I know they're going to lie to me. And they did. They told me I had to go into the local Comcast Cares Service Center and pick up my analog to digital converter box. And I said, well, I've had this modem here for over 2 years, being a computer repair technician and a domain admin for over 2,000 computers. I kind of know those batteries should be replaced. Oh, well, you just go into your Comcast Care Center and they'll be happy to give you a a replacement battery. Lady said, I've worked at least 10 of these places and none of us have batteries. They have to mail them out to you.
Man, what a messed up company.
Yeah.
Good app though, dude. Lucy Phone.
I know, and it is available for both Android and iPhone. I didn't even know it honestly existed until one day I was at my desk and I went to Lucy Phone on the computer, because you can use this on your desktop computer too, and you can have it dial any phone and do this same task. So you don't even have to have a smartphone to use this app.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Second app is nowhere close to as useful in any shape, way, or form, but this is what I call good, cheap fun. And when I say cheap fun, I don't mean monetarily, but it is free. I mean cheap as in it's not silly, ridiculous, HD, first person, this, it's just a simple racing game, and it's called head-to-head racing. The graphics are not stellar. The gameplay, though, is good.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, the gameplay is good. Now, I'll tell you, when you first load this game, you're going to probably be a little bit upset because you're going to think this game sucks. It's too easy, because you start out the game as a moped. Okay, but after you play the game for a while, you keep getting better and better cars, but you have to win so many. They have some algorithm to where you can only go further if you win, like 3 in a row or 3 out of 5, something like that, when you're with the mopeds, and the cars do keep getting better and better and better and better.
Do you race against somebody? I guess you do race against. They call it head-to-head racing for a reason, right?
Yeah, you're always going to get somebody real on somewhere in the world real.
Really? Oh, I love that.
And as soon as I start the game, now this got reset back to original.
Do you get pwned by some kid every time you try to race?
No.
Okay.
No. And that's the thing I like about this game. There is no stupid, crazy, sneaky things you can do.
Okay, good.
You simply hold the phone and you lean it to steer. It even tells you want to try to hug the inside of all corners. You have one nitro blast, whatever. And here's why you don't get pwned, okay? The very first race, I'm at a moped, which means I'm against somebody else newer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not racing against somebody who's been playing this game for 20 hours.
Right.
So I'm always going against somebody equal or lesser talent of mine, kind of thing.
Okay.
And honestly, it's fun.
Now, is the track different every time?
Every race is a different track.
No way! That is brilliant. I'm telling you, that is brilliant, because people the key to playing and winning at racing games is learning the track.
Yeah.
And repetition. But this is neat.
Well, and you have dirt tracks and snow-covered tracks, which actually does change the dynamic of steering the car.
Interesting. Now, it looked like in that video he was, or whatever you have, that they.
I was actually playing it.
Yeah, that tutorial thing in the beginning. He was holding an iPhone. Did they make this for the iPhone?
I'm 99% sure, to be honest. I've just been using this on my Wi-Fi, and I've been playing it on my wife's phone.
Interesting, guys. Just think about this. 2 apps Dor brought up on the iPhone. Think about it. More on that later. Okay, Dor, what do you got next?
Yeah, and I'll say, with this app, the guy has made countless, it seems like, racing games. Most of them are similar-esque. This one seems to be the most fine-grained controls, where it's very easy, very smooth controls. And he does have a paid version, but it isn't much.
Very cool.
Last app I'm calling out because it sucks and it needs to be complete.
Okay.
The app is called LinuxCon, LinuxCon. This is an app that gives me the ability to browse information on one of the more popular and more business-oriented Linux conferences called LinuxCon. Well, I load the app up. You can see on the bottom here in a second, it's made by Hood Uku, which they're making a lot of frameworks for applications. So the application is actually pretty smooth. But like I go to schedule, hit on schedule by day, schedule by topic, schedule by day, click it, get a loading screen. Oh, I got 3 days worth of thing. Let's go look at the middle day. Loading, and that's what I get.
Nothing.
For now, over a month, there's been absolutely not a single speck of information put in this application, but it's been available for a month.
And it's got 4 stars.
Right. If I go look at even speakers, nothing. I get nothing. I get a blank screen. I look at sponsors.
Nothing.
Ta-da! But if I come and look at this Twitter thing, there you go. Now I get stuff. It's people tweeting about LinuxCon. So I know the application works.
Right. Well, and how could you debate with these awesome reviews? Moby Kenobi says, "Great app, love it." Landon says, "LinuxCon!" Exclamation! Exclamation! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, it's one of those things on paper. It's great, you know, but it sucks. It's horrible.
I got you. That's a good.
Great.
One. Well, it has potential. Let's put it that way.
Yes, and I will say with Vincent the Clap, it's a clean app. No errors. He's right.
Okay. Why don't we go, Timster, if you don't mind, we'll do Jose and then come back to you to wrap it up in the end.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Jose, what would you like to bring?
Hey guys. Well, first thing I'll tell you is I definitely do not have anything as exciting as I did the other time, but hopefully what I bring you guys will be okay, you know. I found one of these apps, you remember a couple of months ago when I was on, I brought you guys a Wi-Fi Explorer, which basically you can browse your phone's SD card file system through your browser on your computer.
Yes.
And that one was kind of cool because it was, you could do it only in your Wi-Fi network. You had to be obviously in your house or in the same Wi-Fi network that you were browsing it from. Well, I found this one called File Expert, and it's pretty much the same thing, but if you're connected to 3G or whatever, it'll give you your IP address with the port number, and then you'll have to enter in a username and password, which you can change, and you can browse, let's say, like, I'll give you an example. A guy at work, he wanted me to give him I think it was one of these Harry Potter books that I had converted into a PDF, and he was trying to find a way how to read them on the iPad because the file format that it was in wasn't compatible or whatever. So I put him, I converted him using Microsoft Office to a PDF. I put him on my phone, and he was at work right there, and he said, "Well, how can I get it to you?" And yeah, we could put it in Dropbox or whatever. But when I found this app, I told him, "Well, let me show you this." I turned on the app, File Expert, and gave him the IP address, gave him the username and password, and I told him, "Okay, go to this folder," and he got it out of there, saved it on his iPad, because when you open it on the browser, it automatically tells you what would you like to do, open it or save it, with some apps or some files. So he chose to save it, and there it was on his iPad.
Really? It's called File Expert?
File Expert, that is the right one that you had on there.
It is? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
By XCXIN.
It has a lot of functions. I played with it a little bit. I haven't played with it a lot, but it also has you could do Samba shares. They have a plugin for Samba shares. You can do uninstalling of apps, and you can back up your apps, kind of like with Titanium Backup. So it has a lot of useful features in it, I guess.
Huh.
Dude,
You
cool.
can back up your SD card also?
No, you can back up your apps into a folder on your SD card, pretty much the same thing as everyone. But I thought the most amazing thing about it was that even through 3G, you can, let's say, give somebody your IP address and username and password, and they can go into your file system on your card, and they can get that, the file from you. And if you're doing it on the computer, you can listen to songs through the browser on the computer that are on your phone. You can watch videos that are on your phone, and you can, of course, transfer stuff back and forth. So
very cool and free and completely free.
Yeah,
it's free.
The maker of it said, why should you choose FE? Number one reason, no ads and it's free. Well, that's good enough for most people. But like I say, it also has, like he said, FTP, HTTP, SMB, app management, zip and unzip you utility, which I got to say has to be a big plus when you're doing file management and you want to take large files on or off, or multi-files on or off. Because to make zips on the Android device was very, in my experience, hard, multi-steps, multi-clicks.
Really?
I didn't really find it too friendly.
Just to
It even
unzip
has-
something?
Well, no, to like create zips.
Oh.
You know, I found it to be really hard. And like it even has a image viewer built right in.
FE? Oh,
Yeah.
he calls it he calls File Expert FE. I got you.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Very
Yeah,
sweet.
you know, Wi-Fi Explorer, the one that I talked about the last time, it also does zipping and unzipping. But you know, the biggest difference I think between these two is that one, you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network, and this one you can be, as long as you're connected to the internet, you can access it.
Very cool. I like it. Good one, Jose.
Thank you. And my second one is a very simple app. I put it there in the chat. It's basically this. I always liked wanted to find a program that I can sync my tasks on my Google Calendar with you know, something on the phone, because you know, you can do appointments or whatever on your calendar, and that's fine. But you know how you guys are always talking about like AK Notepad or Remember the Milk, or
Yeah.
little things that you don't have a specific date for,
Right.
or a due time, and you just want to have a reminder there, you know. So that was one of those. This is one of those apps that I found that you can automatically, you log into your Google account, and anything you put on your Google tasks in your calendar will show up right here, and it has a nice, beautiful, big widget like you can see right there on the
Wow.
screenshot.
This
Yeah.
syncs with tasks on Google.
Yeah, and you can do it. You can have it automatically sync every 15 minutes or every hour, or just manually whenever you want to.
Look how nice it looks.
Oh. Yeah, it's cool. See, if you got it right here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I'll put it on the camera right here real quick.
We got you.
Okay. So that's how the widget looks on the actual screen.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's
That's
cool.
nice.
I do like
Oh.
this. You know, I tried using Google Tasks. I wanted to do everything from that one interface. And
Yeah.
even though, remember, the Milk has an applet that goes into your Gmail, this is pretty sweet, and I might consider using this.
What I like more about it is that it has a widget, a full screen widget, you know, that takes up a whole screen. And that's one of the
Yeah.
things I've always, and this is the only one I found. Well, I can't say I've looked extensively, but I have looked, and so far, this is the one I like the most for that.
It's very, you know, to me, interface means a lot as far as like simplicity and big buttons and things you could do fast on the phone. And this looks like it's very well designed, and the colors, contrast, and everything. I'm into that, and I like the way they do it with this. It's very slick looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I gotta say, I haven't seen too many apps utilize the Google Task in a good way,
Yeah.
because the Google Tasks by themselves are kind of bland, let's
Yeah,
say.
it is. And it's
Lame.
a little unwieldy because it covers your Gmail when you're trying to use it, and it's never as intuitive as I would like. That's
Yep.
very cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and this company actually, the one that do Tascos, they have a lot of apps. This is not the only one, but this is the one that I found that does synchronization with your tasks. So
Task,
It's cool.
It's Task OS,
Tascos, or
Tascos.
Tascos.
whatever, however you want to say it. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, and the last one I have, I'll put the little link here in the chat room. It's just a game. I'm not a very big gamer. You know, sometimes I like to play little games that just time killers or whatever, but I don't like to get into games like that take hours and hours of your life, because we don't even have enough time as it is sometimes. So this one right here called AirAttack HD. You know what, believe it or not, I haven't even tried it on the Galaxy Tab yet, but I tried it on the phone. It is amazing. The graphics. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I'm just looking at that going, yes, I love those kind of
Wow.
games.
Yeah, it is so, I mean, the graphics on it, I mean, it's like a 1942, 1943 style game, but the graphics are, man, they are so good. And the gameplay, and I played it on the Evo only, and the gameplay is extremely well done. I mean, it's super fast. There's no glitches, no stuttering. It's so awesome, man.
Wow, it looks like River Raid on steroids. No, it actually does look like 19. What is it, 1942?
1942,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's Nazis.
Wow, look, great graphics.
Yeah,
That's pretty
they
neat.
are.
Sweet.
Well, that's
Games
all I
galore,
got this
man.
week.
Good stuff. As usual, Jose. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Love the games.
Okay,
Mhm.
Tim, over to you.
All right, over to me. Yeah. So, so while we're talking about amusing, you know me, um, look at this here. This is the name of the app. And
Neon sign, look at me.
yeah, is the other side. Look at me, and that is actually the name of the app. But you know, it's really cool. Now, if you kind of let me put this in the chat, but if you let me here for a second, change some settings. I touch the screen here and wait for it. Let me go here. Okay, and here. I know everybody can't see this. Aha! Wait. Look. Come on. Dude.
I can't get it to work.
It's not going to do it. Anyway, this app will allow you to write anything you want to in neon, man. And it's got all kinds of really cool settings from like light bright type to oh, you could even draw your own design on here with your finger. Let's see if this works. Will it work? No, that ain't even going to work.
Nothing ever works when you try to do it live.
Yeah, see, so we go like this. So you can kind of draw your own neon
sweet
design and all. And, you know, if you go to the Android market and you look at Club Neon Sign, look at me, you get a pretty good idea of what this app can do.
The app is called Club Neon Sign, look at me.
Yeah, so it really is the most vibrant bling you could put on your phone, actually. For an app like this, it got almost 5 stars. It has over 1,000 downloads, so...
You know, it's great for like making a little sign. Like, say you have a little stand up or somewhere and you want to sell, or you're selling something, lemonade stand or something. You can put this up there as your little sign on the kickstand with your phone and have a little neon sign.
Right. Well, what's so funny, man, is the whole time here, I did it about 10 times. I started the app. I had Android App Addicts on here,
yeah.
and I kept, you know, going back to my home screen and trying it again, and Android App Addicts came up every time. For like 10 times I did it sitting here listening to you guys. And the very minute I try to bring it up, it doesn't. But, you know, it's pretty cool for what it is. You know, check it out.
Very cool.
Hey, you know,
I got to say, I have a use for this, but it's not as friendly.
What? Oh, you're going to curse people out with it?
Absolutely.
To exhibit road rage to somebody else driving next to me, like holding it up.
Yeah, that's so great, especially at night. Can you imagine that? I mean, of course, I don't condone road rage. But this,
I know,
this
but
is
I just
not.
quit cigarettes.
This is not. This is not road rage. This is informing the fellow drivers.
And this is venting it in a non-destructive way.
Exactly. While putting yourself in danger by holding one hand out of the window or up to your window. All right. Anyway, that's a good one.
Oh wow.
What else you got, Tim?
Hey, if you're a weather buff, this app is. Well, I guess it's for you. This is actually gives you, it's a thermometer. It's called Thermometer, and it's free. And what's so special about this application is that it doesn't give you like your area-based, like your citywide temperature like most weather apps do. It's basically based on your current location.
You mean not using something on the phone to determine temperature?
No, it uses your GPS positioning.
Right.
It does not use an actual outside thermometer sensor on your phone, because I don't think there is one actually.
Right.
Well, if it is, you're going to get like the temp of the battery or something.
Right. No, this is, you know, it's great. You know, it's GPS can pinpoint you to meters, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of leaning into something because, you know, this is really great for people who like to hunt. You know, just fishing, you know, everything, whatever depends on the temperature, really. And so, but what I'm really leading into here is an app. I hope I'm going to really freaking blow this, but this see, I'm not okay. If you're into guns, I'm not. So this was recommended to me by Fubar Johnny, and I really think it's a really interesting app. It's called Straylock. I think I pronounced that right. Ballistic Calculator. And what a name. But what this app does, and if you see here, you input things like the distance to your target, the slope and angle in degrees, the wind speed, the wind direction, what cartridge you're using, what rifle, and then you hit calculate.
Right.
And basically what that does is it shows you, if you look here, it will show you where on your scope you need to place that target to hit it. And
wow.
so, yeah.
This is like sniper style.
Yeah, sniper style. So I would imagine, if you're a gun lover and you have a scope, an app like this would be really fun to play with. So does it work? Well, it's got 5 stars, 228 people.
I guess it works.
Anybody that likes guns and like to play around with it, let us know. I'd like to know.
Wow, a ballistic calculator.
I love the name, man.
Yeah, this is a field I've not explored yet, but it looks very geeky and fun. Good one, Tim.
Yeah. So hey, guess what? It's baseball season.
It's baseball season?
It is baseball season.
Yes.
So there's another app here. I was just kind of glancing around and I see here there's an app called At Bat 11.
Okay.
So basically you can watch every pitch from every at bat, listen to live home and away broadcasts, look at all of the statistics. But the only thing about it is it's not free, but it is looks like something that
$15.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but this is one of those like MLB get the whole season type of deals.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got every team, every statistic, every at bat. You can go to any, a radio broadcast live. It's got tons of features.
And you can get pitch. You don't watch the video of the game. You just watch the little pitch dude. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's almost like watching the game.
Hey, if you're a baseball fan, dude, that's worth every penny.
Yes.
Every penny for Major League Baseball.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And they have MLB At Bat Light too. I wonder what that gives you.
Oh wow!
A
yeah,
stick figure instead of.
It doesn't look like it gives you the picture of the dude at bat. No.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I just got to rewind it for 1 second because I have myself muted. Dude, Timster, you're gonna make a guy at my work who owns an iPhone very, very, very happy on that ballistics thing because I found it is on the iPhone. He is a gun frigging natic.
Okay.
And he loves to hunt. And it's all because he just loves to hunt. And he always says he's looking for better gun apps. And a couple people showed him Android apps. And he was trying to buy a Thunderbolt last week. And he didn't.
What is a Thunderbolt?
Thunderbolt's the new Verizon HTC Evo-like phone.
I thought it was a gun or something.
No, he owns many guns already.
Okay.
He needs to buy more guns.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Tim?
That's all I got this week.
All right. Let me do my app here. I got 1, maybe 2. And I looked at the grid and I did not. Oh, my head's getting chopped off. I looked at the grid and I did not bring this up, so I'm going to talk about it. Even though I may have talked about it before, but we never put it in the grid. I'm going to talk about it again. It's fair game. It's not in the grid. I've been using this app a lot, and I like to talk about the apps that I actually use a lot. It's Rhapsody, and you have to be a Rhapsody subscriber to use this app. But I'd like to also plug you becoming a Rhapsody subscriber. I'm not getting any commission or anything. I should have got a link or something. But Rhapsody is a music service. If you don't know, it is like Napster. It's like the Zune Marketplace. It is not like iTunes in the fact that it's a subscription service. You pay $10 a month, $15 if you want to be able to actually download the songs onto a device. I think it's $10 streaming, $15 around that price, and you get unlimited listenability of their whole music library. So instead of just spending on iTunes, $1 here, $1 here, $1 here, $1 there, $2 here, blah blah blah. When I hear a song and I like the song, I pop it up on Rhapsody, and I listen to it immediately, and it's legit. You know what I mean? The artist is getting their money for it. Everybody's happy. So I'm a big fan of Rhapsody. And on the Android phone, they used to have a Rhapsody app, and it was a little flaky, but they're constantly upgrading it. And it used to be that you could only stream the songs through your phone. But now they added the option that you could download songs into your phone. So if you don't have a connection at the time, You could basically download your whole library into your phone, and you don't need to have the internet connection, and you could still listen to your songs. And that's huge, because try streaming a song while you're jogging over with a crappy 3G connection. It makes you just want to punch somebody, because your song's always skipping because it's buffering, and it just sucks. So now that you have the ability to download songs and download your whole playlist, it's a much better app, and I think it's a cool service to do. Yes, Dor?
And here's the really important question. Can you download Rebecca Black?
Yeah, oh man, I was going to talk about her on Nuts at Night. What? I don't know. I didn't try.
Because it's so bad.
There's something incredibly strange with that whole phenomenon. Really bad stuff.
It's just a rich girl that had too much money.
Yeah. But that doesn't make a viral video, you know?
It's viral because it's so bad. It's like, for the wrestling fans, the old WCW back on TNT in the late 90s. It is so bad. It's like, you got to watch it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's so bad you got to watch it. But the interesting thing about Rebecca Black and the song Friday, you guys better know this by now, this song. Rebecca Black. The strange thing about it is there's people who like it and think it's good, and then there's people who actually are aware that it's the dumbest song they've ever heard. So you got these mixed. I mean, she's famous now.
Well, yeah, but you also got to remember, Britney Spears won Grammys. She sold lots of records. Doesn't mean she was any good. Just means people out there like her.
This is different. This was not produced by like a record company.
Oh, I know.
This is completely grassroots viral from
people have all kinds of taste. You know what I mean? All kinds.
Yeah.
And
it is the problem with the song is, no matter how bad it is, you get it in your head and you can't get it out.
Yeah.
And that just pisses me off. When I find myself singing it, like walking up to my front door, I'm singing that song, I want to punch something.
Right. So. Well, like, here's the perfect example I use. Jimi Hendrix and the Grateful Dead both only had one top 40 hit. And I'm sorry, some of the best music in the world came out from either one of those two, depends on where you stand. Hendrix had a definite brain for music.
Yeah.
And he only had one hit. One. And it wasn't even his song.
This is true. Yeah. This is true.
Well, Britney had... Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Music is a funny thing.
It is. It's very compartmentalized, and it's very feeling heavy.
All right, let me do one more app here, and we'll talk about Rebecca Black next show. I actually, as I was listening to music and then downloading some stuff and podcasts, I didn't like the music player that came with my newest ROM, which is WarmZ. So I downloaded this one called, and I know I talked about music players a couple shows ago. This one's called MixZing. MixZing. That's what it's called.
You get a lot of zings and stuff.
Yeah, maybe it was Zing last time. This is MixZing. It's got a cool interface. Check this thing out. If I could pull up the camera, it's got you pull it up and it's got like a. Oops, turn this camera down. Sorry guys, this is a little crazy. It's got a cool interface, music, videos, folders, and it's like a little spidered out, and you pick that. It brings up your whole library of music. Pick a song on it. Let's see. I was listening to the Home Recording Show, which I really enjoy.
Recording show.
Yeah, like recording, Pro Tools, Logic, condenser mics, compressors, preamps. And it actually has a graphic equalizer built right into the bottom, so you can adjust bass, treble. Look at all those bands, and that's pretty sweet because you can't really get a good sound sometimes unless you mess with that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, Steve. Can I ask you, what's this called again?
MixZing, MixZing, and it has all your controls. It's just a lot more functional than your normal music player, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it does a good job. All right.
Nice.
Moving along here. Let me now make an announcement. This may blow your minds. I don't know. We'll see what your reaction is. I'll definitely check the chat room. You know me and how I enjoy my gadgets. Well, I'm always buying something new, and especially I'm always on the fence back and forth from Mac to PC, right? Or in this case, Android and Mac or Apple. I had an iPhone before my Android phone. That was a couple years ago, maybe about a year and a half ago. Well, I've had this phone for about a year and a half, and I get a little itchy every once in a while to find out what the other team is doing. So a couple weeks ago, I bought an iPhone 4, and I didn't say anything, especially to you guys, because I thought I'd be crucified on this show. So I've been secretly using it on my own, messing around with it, and putting it up to the test, actually comparing it neck and neck with the Android phone. And as I've been using it, downloading apps, finding cool stuff online, listening to podcasts about it, and I felt really like I was definitely concealing this thing the whole time. I really started to like it. And this just snowballed more and more and more till I found I was using just the iPhone 4 and the Evo got stuck up on the shelf and I would not use it. And then as I'm doing this show each week, I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is just wrong that I'm not using an Android phone anymore. So basically had to make a decision, and what I decided to do, because first of all, I don't like to plug things that I don't use and endorse. I don't like to endorse things or talk about things that I don't use. I want to talk about what's interesting to me and what's the best for you guys as well. And I found the iPhone just on many levels just trumped the Android phone. So what I did secretly, because I didn't want to end this show, because that's what I was actually thinking about doing in my mind. I'm like, how can I do an Android show if I'm using an iPhone now? I sent Dor and Timster an Android or an iPhone as well, for the sake of the show. And I said, guys, just try this for a couple weeks and see what you think, and tell me, compare it up to your Android phones, and if you like these phones, I want you to give it an honest go. And so they had the phones for a couple of weeks. They were playing with them, and we were back and forth talking about what we like and we don't like about the phones. And let me just, hey, I didn't tell these guys what to think or what to say, but I'm going to turn it over to them, and let's put it up. Dor, tell me what you think about iPhone versus Android phone.
I ain't going to lie. I gave it very little hope, very little promise. The first day I had it, I did try to squeeze it and break it because I was so mentally against it. I got to say, I didn't think a device could be that smooth. What I had on my Droid X, even with the custom ROMs, when I would click things, I would wait every now and then for things to happen. And especially when I was installing an app,
right,
the phone would just lock up. And I don't experience any of that with this phone. Now, of course, I jailbroke it within like 3 days just because I had to. But I'm finding that I don't need to take advantage of any of those features. It's just, honestly, I'm not going to lie, it's a pleasant experience, seamless, no lag, no slowdowns. I'm really liking it.
It just works, right?
I have to totally agree. And you know what? Look, here's my Android phone. Here is my iPhone. The thing is even weighs a lot. I mean, it's a lot lighter. It is so much snappier. I mean, snap, snap, snap. I mean, every time I need to use an app, it just goes right to it. And I just love how it syncs up with iTunes. It's just so smooth. Dor, what do you think about the snappiness of the device? I mean, it's just so much more snappier than Android.
Well, I mean, partially because the front screen is controlled. You have just the app icons, but I honestly find it to be almost instantaneous for most of the apps I installed, and I do have almost 150 apps already on it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, look,
I don't have nearly as many as you, but the apps that I do have on my iPhone are remarkably good. I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad this show's kind of leaning towards that a little bit. Honestly, Steve, thank you very much. Again, I have to thank you.
I didn't know what you guys were going to think at first when I did that, and I'm glad you gave it an honest test because I trust your guys' opinion. And whatever phone came out on top, that's the direction we were going to go with this show. And I'm sorry to say that this show is now going to be called iPhone App Addicts. And anybody who's listening to this who installs an Android phone, I'm totally sorry. I'm actually also sorry that Jose is on this show and has to listen to this because I know he doesn't like Apple. Jose, honestly, what do you think about this? What we're doing here?
I can't even believe it. I mean, I think my temperature just, I know I had a little bit of fever, but right now it just went out the roof.
I wasn't putting the camera on you purposely because I saw you fuming over there.
Oh,
man. I was like, what are you? I hope you're kidding about this.
Hey,
I mean,
don't knock it till you try it, buddy.
I know,
hey,
Jose.
Look, No. Look, I know that there are certain things on the iOS that are, smoother, they're nicer, they have a little bit more eye candy. But I've had a lot of experience with the iPad, and a lot of people have the iPhone there. And just to give you an example, I mean that Words with Friends that I was complaining about on the Android that we kept crashing, it keeps crashing on the iPad too. So I'm like, hey, I thought everything was perfect over there. But I mean, especially you, Door, I can't believe that you're going to do that. I mean, if you're going to do that, then might as well leave Linux and go to Windows too, or go to Mac.
I knew he would be pissed about this.
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, and to be honest, I almost let it out of the bag a couple weeks ago on Linux for the Rest of Us when I mentioned the iBoard skateboard.
Yeah, I know. When you started talking about that, I'm like, oh, man, here he goes. He's going to blow it.
I'm really happy nobody picked up on that. I do have one.
The closed-in, controlled environment, is streamlined,
Well, it doesn't let any crap in.
Right, exactly.
So I got kind of sick of the crap after using each phone.
And the gimmick is Android really is not as free as it's led to believe it is. You're very carrier specific with what kind of things you can do to the phone. Like you cannot install tablet applications, even if you root your phone on a non-tablet device.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things going underneath that a lot of users don't even know about. And I'll say I do have one Windows computer because iTunes on Linux is not usable. Even with Play on Linux, I found it to be unusable.
Well, listen.
Thanks for turning me on to this, Steve. I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime. And anybody, what?
And I still have my wife's Android phone. I do like playing with it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's good to mess around with. But if you want the real deal, iPhone is where it's at. Now, if anybody, before all you Android guys turn off this podcast or turn away and discuss, all three of us are going to say something in unison at the count of three. You guys know what it's going to be, right? And probably in the chat room, you've probably figured it out by now. But 1, 2, 3. April Fool's.
There you go.
I hope you didn't believe us. We really stretched that one out. I know you guys in the chat. You're quick. You had it right away, but we had to play it up. We don't know who's listening to this show.
Yeah.
We had to play it out fully. And you guys did an amazing job. I'm amazing acting. I really am impressed.
It does send me an iPhone. It's going on Gazelle.
Yeah. No, I was laughing at the guy in the chat room who's like, what the hell? Is this the first time I tune in and you guys are talking about iPhones?
I know. It's great.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah. Good times. Thank you guys for playing along with that prank.
But I wish you would have told me earlier, Steve. I would have printed out a whole bunch of stuff and I would have folded it around something so I could have held it up and said, see? Like really quick, see?
Yeah, like Timster did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Chris called it out real quick and said, was that a friggin' wallet?
No, it was a remote control.
Look at that. That's awesome. All right.
Man.
All right, let's get back to the show before they really hate us.
I got some news kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do some news and then I'll read the emails. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, it ain't really news. Timster had to say it last week. Timster.
What did I do now?
You mentioned gingerbread last week, and I said, what do I care?
Yeah. I saw that. Yep.
Yeah,
I know what
gingerbread can shove it. I don't need it.
Wait,
dude,
who loved you loved gingerbread, didn't you say that?
No, I said I had no reason to look forward to. What can it do? I didn't hear anything about it doing anything special, no new advanced features. I heard nothing about it being good.
Was it you on Linux for the Rest of Us talking about you liked it? I can't remember.
That was after I installed it, Steve.
Okay.
And that was after showtime, I think. I don't think I talked about it during the show.
I think the only thing that it does, one of the functionalities that it has VoIP built into the actual kernel. That's pretty much it.
Wait, I don't care about that. And honestly, I don't even know if that exists yet because this, to be honest, is a metric advancement step in how the phone is usable.
Right.
I will say that. The number one thing I'll say, let me do this. So I still have this thing up. Yeah. Give me a second. Because if I hold it to the camera, it looks like poo. And that's one of the bonuses to Linux Skype is this is at least apparent and easy to how to get. Okay.
I love that background.
I know. I couldn't help it. But let me just show up that background for Tech Adventures real quick.
Bring it. There it is. That's Doors
Sorry.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. One of the things built in now, I don't think it's a blur thing. It might be a blur thing. And if it is a blur thing, I'm sorry. But it's called profiles. If I click that, it gives me totally different atmospheres, desktops, if you will, for home, work, and weekend. So I don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 desktops or whatever. I actually have 21, but only 7 of them are activated at one point in time. So I can literally have, if you listen to Frostbite Media with Jonathan Nadeau, the guy wouldn't, was talking about KDE activities. That's basically what this is, where I can have totally different experiences based upon whatever task I say I'm doing now. Am I at home? Am I at work? Am I on the weekend? And it's not hard to configure each one. It's just a desktop. That alone is good. But wait, there's more. Whenever there's notifications now, each individual notification has a little red thing next to it. I don't have to go up top and hit clear all. I can just hit one of them at a time and say, bye-bye.
This is gingerbread?
This is gingerbread.
Nice.
I don't like how the launcher is on the very bottom where there's 3 hard icons and then there's the app drawer over here. But one thing I really, really, really do like, sorry, when I do this on the computer, it slows down a little bit. I hold down the home button. I don't get some little crappy list of 8 applications. I instead get a reconditioned app drawer. So it will show me every application launched within like the last 2 hours or something.
Cool.
And then if I click on the top, I can switch from recent apps to all apps right there on the fly.
I see.
So in actuality, when I come back to the home screen and I hit this bottom right app drawer icon, I have the same option up here to where I can change it from all apps to recent apps.
It's like a cache.
It's like a cache. Now, one down part I will tell you is I could not get Wi-Fi tethering to work. When I launched it, the built-in 3G Wi-Fi tether tried to launch, and then all network activity ceased. All of it. And then when I tried to go to the internet, I got pushed to a Verizon page asking me to agree to a $20 a month charge or something. Homie, don't play that. One downside I gotta say is now I understand what the guy was talking about, Widgedroid, where none of these things now are interactable. If I click on any one thing, the whole bar just lights up and it does nothing.
Really?
Yeah. So now I understand what he's talking about.
I see.
The other plus I'm going to say is I still have over 200 and something applications on my phone. You know, way over 200. If I hit manage apps right from this menu, this is like going settings, applications, manage applications. On my old installation, it would take sometimes 3 minutes for this application list to completely load. And by completely loading, I mean the icon showing up and the application loading. Even I'm running at like half speed because what I'm doing with this screen sharing, everything loaded that quick. It's insane how quick these things load.
Wow.
And when I install an app, no more do I have the like second 3 to 5 second choke of, oh, the app's installing. I don't have that anymore.
No kidding.
I mean, at the most, I've seen about a half a second of lag, and that's only when I launch an application at the exact same time as it's installing an app. If I'm in an app, even a game, because I got over 200 apps, I hit upgrade all on 25 apps one time, and I launched a game, and I went into the game, and I did the whole game, and never once did I experience any slowdown.
Wow. So this is gingerbread.
So why you poo-poo on it? Because of the tethering thing?
No, because I didn't know. Nobody ever told me what was better about it.
So you're not poo-pooing. You like it now.
I like it. Not having the tethering hurts my manhood.
Yes.
Because literally 10 minutes after I put this on, a guy downstairs who thinks he's a hacker said, hey, we can't get this Wi-Fi router to turn on WEP. Can you do Wi-Fi tethering? Or can you turn your phone to an access point? Yeah. Can you turn on WEP? Sure. Click, click. I can't, guys. And the guy with the iPhone was like, see, I told you Android can't do everything.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude, you're going to shush. And the only last thing I'm going to say, it isn't about gingerbread. In all, I almost don't even need root. I'm not going to lie, because I'm so happy with everything else.
Really? That's saying something.
Right now, the only way I could get root, Z4 root did not work. I had to download and install a pre-rooted version of this. And this has complete moto blur. You know what I mean? Which on the old Droid, you know, so slow with blur, it was almost deemed the phone unusable, in my opinion, with 200 apps. Now with 200 apps with blur, it's still snappy.
It's amazing.
I'm afraid to see it. Now, I will say, because I have 200 apps on this phone, I believe that's the main culprit. I called out of work today, right? I took the phone off the charger at 7-ish, took the phone upstairs, put it on the end table. I'm not in a concrete building where it's hard to get a signal, you know what I mean? Because that will kill battery. I'm not in there at all. I put the phone on the end table. Alarm went off at 8:30, leaned over, called. I'm not coming in. No, I'm a state employee, so I don't have to give a reason. I'm not coming in. Bye. Put the phone down. Before 12 o'clock, the battery was dead.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So it ain't all roses.
I believe it's my app count doing it to a large degree.
Yeah.
If I go into managed apps and just look at running apps, for instance, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's at least 20 plus at all times running. And when like Russ, oh no, it's way more than 20. Russ, the techie geeky friend of mine, was going to install a ROM because his battery life, he said, just started really hurting him. And then he found out Juice Defender was not loading correctly. He said with Juice Defender, he can go virtually a day without going dead on his battery. And like one thing I can't, you won't be able to see on the screen that's really dumb and pointless about Gingerbread that I like. All of your scrolling screens, when you hit the bottom and you're still scrolling, a blue translucent thing comes up and it like bounces back down to give you a visual indicator that yes, you're at the bottom.
Hey, Dor, just real quick about the battery thing on that. Just be sure latitude isn't enabled. I don't know if you've checked that.
Dude, I have everything enabled.
Okay.
Latitude is a battery drainer.
You know how I roll.
Yeah.
It drains battery.
Drains my battery.
Yeah, I don't keep mine on either.
I have everything on out there. But the one thing I will say, this is by far the most polished I've ever imagined an Android OS can look.
Damn.
And this is only Gingerbread. I'm starting to understand Honeycomb-esque. And like the one little dumb thing I'll say that I really am like utterly hooked on is the Honeycomb-esque transitions from side to side. How you can actually see it rotate. Where on my old Droid, I didn't see a rotation. The screen would literally blink.
Jose, are you running Gingerbread on your Evo?
No, right now I have a, I don't know if I told you about, I think I tweeted it, and also I'm running the Elite 3, which is that one.
Ooh, pretty.
It's almost the same as the other one. Remember the one I used to run before? It has the colored
Evo Zone.
I don't even know if you.
Yeah,
the Evo Zone. It has the colored menus, but I really like the notification bar. Yeah, you can't see it. It has to turn on the Wi-Fi, the GPS, and everything along the top.
Right.
And it's also very transparent. So when you have things in the back right here, you could see them behind it. I don't know if you could see it or not.
Yeah.
But it's very nice. I mean, I don't think it's as fast as Evo Zone. It seems like my internet speeds are a little bit slower, but I like it. Visually, I am very happy with this one.
Cool. Yeah. Have you tried WarmZ? Do you know WarmZ?
I think I tried it like a long time ago, but it didn't have the visuals that I wanted.
You should try it. It's super elegant looking, super visuals. The font is incredible, but I can't get 4G on the thing, so I'm itching to maybe do another ROM. I'd like to do some Gingerbread on this thing. Is it available?
With Gingerbread?
Yeah, Evo for the Evo.
I believe they do have it. The only things that are not working on as far as I know, on all the gingerbread ones are the 4G and the HDMI.
Oh,
So no matter which one, yeah, no matter what you get with gingerbread right now, they're not working.
Damn, because Dora got me all excited about this.
Well, and I'll just say this: this really does appear to be a leaked official version, because I had to get rid of the crap, because on the main screen, just like my old phone, it's filled with bloatware.
Yeah. Yuck.
You know, and if I hold down, I get the Motorola widgets. And, you know, the status updater from them. I get the crappy contact widgets.
Okay.
You know, everything bad about the phone, I have back again.
Damn. All right.
Did you guys hear about the leaked Droid X gingerbread ROM that has when you go to the Wi-Fi tether or the hotspot, it says click here to activate the AT&T Wi-Fi or whatever.
Exactly. It prompts you to go to AT&T.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have a little piece of news. I don't know if you guys I put it in the chat there. I know mostly everybody's probably aware that Amazon came out with their App Store, right? But they just released also the cloud player, which is pretty much you put all your music on the cloud, you know, on the Amazon server, and you can play it streaming, you know, through the internet or whatever. So I guess they give you 5 gigs free. And if you buy an album, they will upgrade you to 20 gigs of storage on the cloud for 1 year. And
yeah, I
then
heard through the rumor mill that the
Hmm.
record companies aren't happy about this.
Well,
It's your own music. What should be their problem? It's your own music.
That's what I'm saying.
and
If
there
you already
is-
own.
They don't like
And they're-
anything.
I know. And there is a gimmick. Tracy Holt sent me a link a while back where it's a filter that everything Amazon is selling right now, audio-wise, for free. And you'll be surprised. There's literally hundreds of stuff every day they're selling for free for audio. You could, the hack I saw, for 1 penny, buy this album on this day. And, you know, any other day you buy any album for 1 penny and you get the full 50 gig.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got to check it out. I didn't even see this cloud thing. Damn. I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, and I'll tell everybody, you gotta download the Amazon app marketplace, whatever, because they're getting sued for App Store. Just because every day something is free. It might not be something you want. It might be something you already paid for, but every day something is free. It's good.
All right. Any other, excuse me, Android news before we do the emails? Okay. Here we go with some email action. This is from Len. He says, hey guys, great show. Can you test Fring, a free video calling app? Thanks. That's from Len from Ireland. Did we talk about Fring?
I'm not positive we talked about it, but I can tell you now, 2 people I know where they have spouses that have hearing. I can't even think of the right word how to say this. They're deaf. I can't say it right. And they were both very impressed by Fring, but they said over 3G, it really wasn't that good. Skype is supposed to come out with video between iPhone and Android devices. So there's going to be some kind of video there. And the other one I told them to check out is OOVOO. OOVOO.
Right.
They're pretty common, actually, in the web world on a computer of a video chatting. So I would highly encourage them to check out that one, too.
They are. I remember last time I tried to install Hoovoo, it was very spammy, or Uvu, it was very spammy as far as toolbars and crap. But maybe you just had to get through that to get to the good stuff. I don't know. I didn't go that far. But we'll check out Fring, and if we have any more information, then we'll let you know. But that's all we got right now on Fring. Next email is from Michael. Hello, Android App Addicts. I've been listening to you guys talking about rooting the phone and installing different ROMs. I understand the benefit of different ROMs, but right now all I want to be able to do is to use Wi-Fi tethering on my Droid X. I've seen some apps that can do this, but they all require the phone to be rooted. What would be the easiest way to set up Wi-Fi tethering on the Droid X? I'm assuming there's an app for Wi-Fi tethering and another app for rooting, but there's so many out there. I was hoping you could mention a simple, single, easy way to do it. Again, I'm fine with the phone the way it is, so I'm not looking for any additional ROMs. See, he thinks he's fine with the phone the way it is.
I know.
He says, and yes, I do understand that other ROMs would probably make my phone better, but I don't want to deal with it right now. Hopefully this makes it to the podcast and I can start tethering. By tethering, I mean use my phone's 3G signal and set up a Wi-Fi hotspot so that I could connect my laptop wirelessly to the phone using a 3D data connection. Thank you and keep up the good work. That's from Michael. Droid X people, out their door?
If you want it really easy, send me the phone and send me some money. Because I mean, it's going to require a little bit of work.
It is. It's not
default,
as simple as one would think.
Right now, you can try to download Z4 Root, simple application, one click, one button, permanent root. You click that, and then you download an application called Barnacle Wi-Fi Tether, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
With the base default Motorola OS, I had mixed results with that.
But you got it working sometimes.
Sometimes it worked great. Sometimes it would come up and then a couple seconds later break and go down. I have to go restart it.
Gotcha.
To ROM is not difficult at all if you pay any amount of money. And I say any amount of money because the guy says, you can pay me a penny, you can pay me $100, whatever. I don't care. And it's called Fission. Fission. If you just look up that, it will take you to his website. Where it has a very, very, very clear step-by-step. It's at teamdefuse.com. And with the paid version of the app where you pay anything you want, it automates the reboot and ROMing process. To where quite literally you buy the app, you click it, you click install, it says, and this is all in the OS. You click install, you can install add-ins, themes, extra effects, whatever. But if you just want the ROM, install down at the bottom, apply, checkbox, do you want to make a backup first? Yeah, why yes. Click yes.
Does it have Wi-Fi tether?
Not built in. Again, you just download Barnacle Wi-Fi. And on Fission, Apex, Liberty, and Liberty just came out 2.0. Dark Slide, one or two more I tried. Barnacle Wi-Fi worked perfect every time. I had zero issues. And I will say the wireless tether with the green circle and waves is now disappeared from the market.
Yeah, I never liked that one anyway. Stupid. I hate that one.
We need William, whatever, to open up that website where he said he was going to keep destroyed apps. And so people could still get it.
Liam, destroyedapps.com. Should do it. Yeah, that's the one, Timster.
Yeah, that one. Now on Apex and Liberty and all the other ones, that one to me I liked because it was simpler.
Yeah,
but they both work fine.
All right, Caleb writes, hey all, just wanted to throw this over to you guys since you have more push than I do. People with non-Verizon CDMA devices cannot use SBF files. I found this out the hard way with my first milestone back in January. The milestone is an unbranded Verizon Droid. So after successfully killing BusyBox and my root, I figured I'd just nuke and pave with an SBF and SBF it and reroute. After doing this, I was no longer on my carrier's network. I was on Verizon. The reason behind this is that those SBFs have the VZW radio image in it, killing tons of the N-Telos or other non-VZW CDMA. I'm lost. Sorry. I'll just read it. I'll just read it for you guys who understand what these acronyms are. Sorry. Or other VZW CDMA carriers like US Cellular. Settings causing the device to essentially move to Verizon for good, seeing as there are no other SBFs for other carriers. Please tell me I'm wrong to reflash to other CDMA carriers. I ended up talking to a very nice tech support guy from N-Telos, an awesome company by the way, and coming to the conclusion that the phone was hosed and received a new device. Just letting all you know so others won't step in the same hole I did. Thanks guys. And that's from Caleb from ntelosdroid.com.
Yeah. He is exactly
no
right.
SBF.
I didn't know this, so I got to apologize to everybody out there because I always said, well, you can't break your phone. You just put an SBF on it. You'll be fine. Because I have Verizon.
And Caleb said, okay.
And Caleb said, okay. And he basically screwed his phone up. Now, I never heard of this other company. I didn't know other companies did CDMA. They basically buy Spectrum from Verizon to give them the ability to sell these phones. I had no idea they existed. I had no idea they basically use different frequencies on their phones. They're actually tweaked devices to where, you can't bounce back and forth from network to network. Two people I know of on his forums, ntelos.com, said they basically had to go in and sweet talk a rep, and they were able to re-flash the phone.
I see. Good for them.
So that is very cool. I'll say everything I've heard about them says they are a pretty good customer service company where they'll at least talk to you like you're a customer, unlike Verizon where they talk to you like you're, a 5-year-old.
All right. Thank you, Dor. All right, last email from Caleb. He says, "Hey guys, Sony just released a service called Crackle, Crackle, free movies with ads, and it streams via Flash tons of good Sony movies, TV shows, TV show clips, all from your browser, phone, or PS3. I had it running on my Ubuntu 1010, 32 and 64-bit, my Android phone, and my girlfriend's PS3. Just thought you guys might want to take a look at it." That is from Caleb. Thank you, Caleb. Good stuff.
Thanks.
Appreciate
I
it.
heard that one. I did just forward you another email, Steve. I know. I'll go over it. Basically, we had the guy last week say, thanks door to door on his app rating list. I found the drop space.
I got you. Want me to write? I'll read it. I wrote through the podnutz feedback page about drop space. I've seen it on your app rating list and wanted to thank you for it. While I am still grateful for finding this app, I have now installed Titanium Media Sync, made by the same people person as Titanium Backup, and it's so much better in my opinion. It's not free though, but then nor is Titanium Backup. I prefer it as I think the syncing is smoother, and for some reason some photos I was syncing got deleted from my phone after they'd been uploaded in Dropbox by Drop Space. Anyway, Titanium Media Sync is well worth a couple of dollars. Thanks for some great shows, AAA, and Linux for the rest of us being very high up on my must-listen-to quickly playlist. That is from Daniel, who is Geek Alpha on Twitter, Identica, and AppBrain. Thanks, Daniel.
Checks in the mail.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and I've heard more than a couple people say Drop Space is good. Don't get me wrong, very solid application. But Titanium Media Sync did a couple things smoother and better. And this is like what Timster a couple weeks ago was saying. You would think Titanium Backup would sync media. Well, now we know why it doesn't. So they can charge you more money for a separate app.
Now we know.
Bingo.
Yeah, go figure.
All right, Dor, where can people find you as we end off the show here?
Honestly, you guys know where to find me. Go to podnutz.com/bettertech to support both Steve and Lalo. Both good. They're both good people.
Thanks, Dor. How about you, Tim?
Twitter, Timster_podnutz forums. I'm in there.
Okay.
And timscomputerfix.com.
Awesome. Jose?
My main page, computerdoctor.com with a Q. And on Twitter, I'm also Computer Doctor, but most of the time I only tweet in Spanish for, my followers, I guess, which I don't have many of.
That's okay. Follow them anyway.
Follow them anyway.
Okay.
It's fun. Learn Spanish. It's fun.
Well, yeah, because what I do is I go to Google Translate, and I'm learning Spanish as I'm getting an education from Jose.
Do what Dor does. Do what Dor does.
Somebody told me that I work with a Facebook thing, and they were like, I can't understand anything you post. And I'm like, well, then you have an incentive to learn Spanish now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to thank all you guys for coming on the show, as usual. We're going to wrap up the show now. Thank you guys, and thank you for playing along with the joke, guys. That was pretty awesome. Hopefully we got some people with that one. I think we probably will get some people with that one. All right. That's it for Android App Addicts for this week. We'll see you guys next time.